Hey, thank you for clicking on this video if you're here. I really appreciate your time, first of all. And for all my returning viewers, I just want to say that I thank you so much for just the patience and all of you just who watched my videos in the past, as well as everyone who also wished me a speedy recovery. Because I recently, if you didn't know, I got a really bad bacterial infection. It started off like near my eardrums where it got really itchy and then it got infected due to me just scratching it. And currently right now I'm still in the process of healing. I still have to take medication for at least another week, unfortunately, because apparently the antibiotics need to be used like pretty much every day, and you can't just suddenly stop it or else it's going to develop like bacterial resistance, and it's just annoying basically. But so I'm feeling a bit better now, I'd say, despite me having to take like 5 pills a day, which is absolutely absurd. I have another pill that I have to take for my existing skin condition, which is called eczema. But yeah, so that's pretty much why I've been gone. So today I sort of just want to just reflect on the recent events. Recently, I've just been laying down, like trying to just relax, but it's pretty hard, when you're going through a lot in life. Currently, I'm not really satisfied with my place in life. You might feel it sometimes too, or just feel like you're not living up to your potential. And I know some of you might think that that might not be the ideal way of living life, right? Like, I shouldn't just keep chasing for my best self. Like, I know some of you see life more as something, you just have to deal with, right? But I feel like sometimes the inevitable is going to come. You have to face reality, right? Basically, if you're not placing yourself in a position where you can afford to lose everything, then it's kind of risky. What I mean is that, let's say, well, some of you say you don't really care about money, like life is all about happiness, life is all about love, right? As long as you have a happy, loving family, it's all that matters, right? But let's be honest, if you have the leverage, if you have money, you have so much leverage because you get to travel, you get to do the things you want. And let's say you get sick one day, right? For example, me, I have to pay for medicine, right? If you're broke, you're not going to be able to pay for that, and your condition can get worse, right? So it's unfortunately how life overall is just super unfair as well, which is the main topic I want to bring to y'all for this video. So recently, I followed a bit of news. A guy called Charlie Kirk, which honestly, I'm not really too into politics, but I do want to briefly discuss about him because I do think it's kind of important, and it's kind of, just want to give my opinion. So personally for me, I never really saw like politics as something that's, any meaning, never saw of it as something that's super meaningful, right? Because if you think about it, it's a lot of it is just people trying to persuade others to vote for their side, vote for a particular cause, right? But I feel like the issue with politics is that it divides people too much. It makes them think in a too linear way, right? Like, you have to choose either the left or right side. There's no middle ground. There's nothing in the middle, nothing in the corners, right? Like, hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. Sorry if I'm starting to sound kind of crazy right now, but what I'm trying to say is that it really divides people, really restrains people, and gets them to view the world in a very shallow and limited way. And it's unfortunate how a lot of people just, make their entire personality about their political ideology, right? Like, they would not be your friend if you're like liberal or conservative. And it's unfortunate how recently he died. Someone shot him for just speaking on his behalf, his words. Like, sure, he might have values I don't disagree with, but I don't think it's like, I think it's like super unreasonable to just like, kill someone just because they have differing opinions than you, right? I feel like having different being able to express different opinions is super important for society. Or, well, you know how much I hate society, right? But let's be honest. Having different opinions is how we actually change society and make life, maybe change life and make it better, right? Because open dialogue is so important nowadays. I feel like a lot of people are too scared to say out loud what they truly want to hear because they want to be politically correct. They don't want people to cancel them. They don't want people to end them. You know what I mean, right? Like, you can't really have controversial views anymore because people are gonna use it against you, and people, I don't know, I just feel like people are much more sensitive nowadays. I don't know what's wrong with today's society and today's generation of people, but it's really, really scares me how people are starting to turn violent. And it's, man, I can't believe I'm having this discussion right now. But so that's just something you should think about, right? Like how sometimes we just need to really, really. I just wish we can live in a world where people can express their free opinion without feeling the need to of fear of other people judging them, right? It's that simple. And I apologize if I'm stuttering a lot. Not really feeling too well. My brain is kind of like running in circles right now, so I apologize if I'm like sounding like a lost record. So let's go back to what I'm trying to say. So basically, I'm saying about life is so unfair, right? So what I want to add to that is how I just feel absurd at how some people are just born with defects, right? Like some people are born with maybe abusive parents. You're born with a medical condition you can't, cure. It's really annoying how like it feels like a video game sometimes. You just spawn someone randomly, given these random debuffs, and I know I discussed this many times in the past, but it's true, man. Like a lot of times you just straight up can't do the things you want because of the way your genetics are being formed and the way you're raised, right? Nature and nurture, how like your parents and your environment play a huge role on who you are as an adult. If you have a bad experience in the church when you're a kid, you're probably not gonna be a Christian, right? So I feel like it's unfortunate how life, like there's too many like factors in life that plays, and I feel like that's the issue why so many people are so divisive, because some people, everybody thinks their way of living life is the right way of living life, right? But too many people have very limited worldview. Some people never been to church. Some people don't know how it feels to be stuck in one place. Some people don't have the money, right? Like life is so unfair, I feel like, and I feel like money does not make it any better. It makes it 10 times worse. And it's unfortunate how so many people nowadays are so obsessed with numbers, right? Stocks. People go crazy over like the stock market. They literally can't sleep. They want to 10 times the money. They want to find the next freaking GameStop or Bitcoin, It's kind of crazy how life is revolving around numbers, around metrics. People don't really have empathy anymore, right? People just care, and it kind of nurtures people's inner greed. It makes people turn more like narcissistic. People start caring more about their own gains, right? I think this whole mentality that money is everything, it's really, really corrosive to our society. And I feel like that's why society is really broken now. And how people are starting to turn violent, right? People are have so high ego now, right? Too much ego, too much mental illness, and people just hide the mental health. They don't want to accept they have mental health issues. No one wants to admit that, let's be honest. That's why no one really actively seeks it. And if you do seek it, the person treating you probably cares more about their money than your actual health, right? Kind of like that scene in The Joker where they kind of canceled future appointments, right? Like, I feel like the government isn't doing the best job on trying to solve this issue. I'm not expecting them to solve it 100%, but come on, like trying to make things better, right? And I hate how people just say, "Oh, just turn down temperature, just relax. Life is and just you need to chillax, right?" But for me, I feel like a lot of times you just can't hide the truth, man. Like hiding is it's kind of like a band-aid fix, and I don't really have the luxury to hide the truth, right? I'm not rich like many people out there. And it's unfortunate how life has to be like this, right? where we can't even have basic conversations anymore and having differing opinions without someone being super offended and you getting absolutely canceled, literally. It's a shame that life has to be like this. And oh boy, my skin's getting itchy again. You know, this is the annoying part about life. Sometimes you just have to deal with all your stupid medical conditions. Sometimes it gets really bad. And unfortunately, right now, I'm not feeling great. So I apologize if I'm just like, but anyways, hopefully you get where I'm coming from. Apologize if, you know, not really like sounding that, that well right now, but hopefully I do get better, and hopefully I can talk more about this in my next video. But yeah, apologize for all of you who are looking forward to a lot of my videos. I've just been sick once again, and thank you if you're still here. Very appreciate. Honestly, I just want to keep all my videos raw and just want to express my honest opinion on things, right? I don't want to sugarcoat things. I hate people who just like try to like hide the truth, because I think it's really important to express my opinions. And that's how we honestly change society in a way. But yeah, hopefully you understand where I'm coming from, and thank you if you're still here. I'll see you guys next time before I start rambling.